Good evening, friends. I just want to share from a topic that has been pretty close to my heart for years, and as I go through this, it'll make more sense. Yesterday morning, as I was reading through a post from a friend of mine on the occasion of Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day, I was reminded that I need to share this. I'm going to speak about the rainbow child. Perhaps one reason I avoid speaking about my personal story so much is that it invokes emotion that manifests itself in tears. But as I started this video blogging project, I know that one of the main intents that I did have for this was for you to get to know me for who I really am, with no frills, no drama, just an ordinary woman living a supernatural life every day. The rainbow. The rainbow itself is one of the most beautiful gifts of nature. Yes, there is the science behind it. Maybe if I had listened a bit more carefully in my science class, I would know the details behind it and I perhaps would look in the right direction when the sun is out. But all that I do right now is whenever there is sun and rain at the same time, I stop my car engine, park to the side of the road, and look around for the sight of the rainbow. Today, though the symbol is used to identify so many other things, it was originally recorded in the Bible for when the sun came out after the first flood, a sign of covenant, of hope, an assurance that the flood has passed and the sun or the light is out. The rainbow child is that first child that you hold in hand after you lost a baby. It may not necessarily be your first child. It might have been the child you got after multiple losses as you wait on your second or third child. Every experience is different. Every loss is painful. I was a rainbow child, born to my parents after 6 years of marriage, and at least one miscarriage that they have talked to me about. Gordon, my older son, who is now a handsome teenager, is my rainbow child. He was born to me after 4 years of marriage. 4 years only, you might say? 4 years, yes, but I lost 2 children in my womb in that journey. Heard heartbeats, lost heartbeats, faced heartaches of not knowing what to do, wanted to do the right thing, not even sure what that was. On this side of eternity, we may not have all the answers. Why a perfectly healthy 23-year-old woman could no longer hear the heartbeat of her child after 3 months. That was me the first time. Why she had no trouble conceiving yet again after a year when they planned for it, but again a non-viable pregnancy. That was me again. The year after I conceived a third time, these experiences from the past continued to get my mind to be afraid and anxious of what each monthly doctor visit might be. I don't know why my healthy body could not have the first few pregnancies as viable, but I know this, that when Gordon was handed over to me in 2008 April, this rainbow child would be my comfort. He was my promised child, and I reminded that to him every day when he was growing up from the time that he was a little baby. My pregnancy with Gordon was beautiful. Every visit to the doctor, though, was that of anxiety. Every month I'd wait for the doctor to do her check and confirm that all was well. God had his own way of assuring me on the way. In my 7th month of pregnancy, I had someone come up to me and tell me that in the 4th month of the year, there would be a deliverance. That person didn't know that I was pregnant. I didn't look it. But I certainly knew that this was a reassurance for myself that my child will be born in the month of April as expected and nothing unpleasant will happen earlier. This was a reassurance that I needed. Another woman who I didn't know went and told my husband that he will have a son. My husband came, found me in this big crowd, introduced me to her. I was pregnant, but I didn't look it. In a country where it is not legal to know what the gender of the baby is before birth, we had to wait until the child was born to kind of confirm to her when she met us next about what God had showed her. I don't want to tell you feel-good stories. I just want you to know that He sees you. A friend of mine who were then waiting for their child told me, Chach, meaning big sis, I know testimonies are well-intentioned, but it does not help in the wait sometimes. This friend of mine did later welcome their baby girl who is now 2 years old. I'm not telling you this story to share how it is going to happen for you, but I just want to remind you, He sees you. He also sees your child and what he or she is destined to be. In 1 Samuel, Hannah needed a son, but God needed a prophet. His time of birth was important, was crucial, as it was pivotal in changing the course of the nation. Yes, as you go through the wait and the suffering of loss and the pain, you know that God will give. It may not make the wait any more easy, but even as you wait, I want you to know again that He sees you and your unborn child, the one yet to be conceived and the one yet to be born, has a greater purpose than you imagined. The wait is hard. The expectations are real. The comments and questions by family and friends makes you want to run. Your tears seem to pour easily as you sing and worship. And perhaps as you listen to this, some of you might have cried so much, it seems to have dried up. He still sees you. To my young and not so young sisters and families waiting there, having gone through the losses, you may not know what to do next. Trust Him. Talk to Him. Read His word. His peace passes all understanding and keeps your heart and mind from wandering. I did not say this. Read Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. I love you, ladies, but more than me, He loves you and your family. He has already seen your child. So take all those promise verses and declare them over yourself and your child. I declare life over wombs, resurrection power, creative miracles. I know we will hear amazing testimonies of births in the coming months, just as we have seen in the years past. Before I end today, I would like to sing a song that is very close to my heart and just will reassure you that what He has done before, He will do it again. I see you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. I see you do it again. I see you do it again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. God bless you, my dear ones. Until next time.